Okay. Good evening, everybody. I hope you are all doing great today. It's a great time to be here today. This is day 4, right? So this is day 4 of, us having, speakers all across, board for believers to learn. The truth is, one of the major things I've actually observed is that we pray too much, we read our Bibles too much, but we hardly learn, right? And that's why we're bringing this to the table, courtesy of Dr. Stephen Akintayo, GTEX Home, right? Yes, I mean the NEPA had to be NEPA today. NEPA will whine you, but don't give up. So tonight, this is how my face is going to look all through this live, because of the issue of light. I was having some issue trying to load light today. So but yeah, it's all good. I know that the fuel scarcity too can be a ton, right? But yeah, going to queue is also part of it. So today we are having someone special, and I'll be very sincere with each and every one of us. It's a great privilege to have her on board, right? I call her Water, right? Miss Water, right? She's someone who, in the previous years, even up until now, she has been able to turn nothing into something. I mean, she's a fashion enthusiast. She has a lot of things to do with fashion and branding and real estate. And Miss Water, actually, I mean, let me just read part of her bio, right? So I'll be using my laptop today to read. So Ambassador Dr. Ogenna Water, right? Ekwebere. I don't know if I pronounce it very well. Ekwebere. Ogenna Water Ekwebere is a Nigerian serial entrepreneur whose passion and dynamism is second to none, right? She's a humanitarian realtor, clothier, and certified public speaker with over 10 years experience in entrepreneurship, social enterprise, and enterprise development. She's constantly evolving into a better version of herself. She is the founder of Motivating African Youth Initiative, a pan-African movement geared toward galvanizing African women and youth into attaining social, economic, and political liberation through strategic partnership, one community at a time, with presence in over 5 African countries. Right, this is the person that is coming on board tonight. If we keep reading her bio, we might not finish today. After she sent me this bio, I'm like, my goodness, I don't know how these people actually achieve all these things. Right, but yes, we're on our way there. She's the CEO at Avalon Water Company, a real estate broker. So she's the company is a real estate broking company, rather, and business development consulting firm, and the creative director at Ogenna Water Luxe, which is a fashion, decor, and lifestyle brand, right? Her bio is just so long. She was Miss Tourism Nigeria 2016. So see who I'm bringing up. Miss Tourism Nigeria 2016, and has won numerous competitions, some of which afforded her the opportunity to represent Nigeria on a global scale, right? She's a graduate of international relations from the acclaimed Imo State University. So if you're from Imo State, years an alumni from your school, and is currently studying for a master's degree in mass communication from the prestigious Baze University of Nigeria, an MBA in leadership and sustainability from the esteemed Robert Kennedy College, Zurich, Switzerland, and a certificate in real estate economics and finance from the London School of Economy. Well, if I keep reading her bio, we will not finish today. It's just a whole lot. I kept scrolling since morning, and I'm like, my goodness, this is the person we're bringing on board today. Having Mrs. Walter talk to us on how we can flip our money and how we can have 6 digits. I mean, me, I'm ready to actually learn and know how we can actually have six digital because the current situation of this country, you need to make more money, right? How to make six figures in this economy. That's what we'll be talking about tonight. How to make six figures in the economy. If you are just joining in, please stay tuned. I will actually ask that you keep sharing the live so that a lot of people can be part of it. So keep sharing the live until you get to that person that need to learn and know much about this. The truth is, I'm not the one taking you on these six digits. I wish I am, or I wish I've made these six digits. I would have been a big boy by now. But yeah, right. So as we have Mrs. How are you doing, Dr. Walter?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. You look good like always.
I was listening to you reading the bio, and I'm like, okay.
It's just too much.
Opa.
It's way too
Opa.
much.
Opa.
And I must say it's a great privilege to have you here today. You know,
Oh, thank you.
teach us and talk to us about one or two things that we need to learn on how to flip our cash into something great. I mean, I'm
Mm.
blushing right now seeing you on this call because after reading the bio, it's a whole lot.
Aw,
It's a
thank
whole
you.
lot. Yes, please. I'm sorry that the whole place looks like this. Funny how we were laughing about this in the morning.
Oh my goodness. I
I mean, I
told
had to
you.
just remember. I had to remember, and I said, "Nah." If I tell you that what
I
we spoke
told you.
about in the morning happened, you'll be like, I think
I
I'm a
told you.
prophetess."
I told you. So, people, I actually spoke to him this afternoon when he was like Instagram live, and I'm like, huh, Instagram live. And then rain starts falling. And then, for those of us in Nigeria, we know of NEPA, right? And then NEPA happens. And guess what? That's what he's dealing with right now.
Okay, I accept. But
My heart
yes,
goes
I
out to
mean,
you. Take heart.
oh yes, and I know that it's been over 4 years right now since the pandemic. You came live for any stuff on
I'm
Instagram.
telling
This
you,
is
only Dr. Stephen Akintayo can make me do this like DSA.
obviously all for DSA, man.
All for DSA, man,
All
because
for
I
DSA.
haven't been on Instagram Live since the pandemic.
Wow.
No
Wow.
jokes.
That's 4 years ago.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
I
that's
feel some kind of way doing this right now, but I'm sure as we talk, I would, settle in.
oh yeah, sure. Feel at home, feel at home. You're in your
I'm
house,
at
but still feel at home.
home. I'm at home. I'm at home.
Oh yes, oh yes. I mean,
Sorry,
thank
if
you.
you don't mind, I'd love to
Yes,
say
please.
thank you. Welcome to a few
Yes.
people here. I see you, Mirabelle. I see you, Hermania. I see you, Beatrice. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Please share this link. Share the links, okay? For everybody who has been saying to me again, now you're never on social media. I'm on social media now. Let's talk.
I mean, it's actually great that I'm the one bringing you online since after 4 years, like after your cave season.
No, so I wouldn't call it my cave season.
Mm,
I would call it, I went through a metamorphosis
Kai.
and I went back into trying to understand who truly I am. And
Mm,
so, in that disappearance, it was me reclining and redefining who I am, what I
mm,
stand for. And I'm not doing badly. I mean, I am not where I want to be. However, I am making progress.
mm.
And with people like Dr. Stephen Akintayo and all of my mentors who nudge me towards the right direction. Madam President is coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
I see you. I see you. I see
I'm
you.
coming. I'm coming.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I mean, without wasting much of your time, because I know how busy your schedule is, and
Mm-hmm.
also to have you here today. Once again, it's a great privilege. I would love to dive into what we have today.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So without wasting much of our time, I mean, just this little thing that you said, I've learned a lot. Believe me, I can just close now. I mean, I'll be going. Obviously, we know where we
O'Shea.
see, but you get. Well, yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's a great one. Then please, if I may ask,
Yes, please.
who exactly, I mean, who are you? Right. I
Mm.
mean, a lot of person don't know who Ogenna, Madam President.
Mm.
What's Madam President? What is Ogenna? What is water luxury? I mean, just water
Right.
horse with the water.
Mm. All right. So who am I?
Yes, please.
First, I would love to state clearly that I am a child of God.
Mm,
Um, I am the light of the world and the salt of the earth, and the proud daughter of Sir Walter Ekwubiri, late Sir Walter Ekwubiri, God bless his
blessed
soul.
memory.
And I am a patriotic Nigerian who really wants to see the African race emerge and do better.
Mm,
I am passionate about real estate, clothing, and humanitarian work.
mm.
My friends call me Madam President. Um, I think I'm emotional. And then I have this deep-rooted, unrelentless drive for
Mm.
time. I'm big on energy. I'm big on constantly being a better version of myself.
Mm.
That's about it.
Wow. Wow. I mean, you have not said a lot, but we have had a lot. Me, I've had a lot in just the few things that you have said, and it's a great
Mhm.
one. I must say, and to, I mean, all the things that you have achieved in years past. It is still done down to the place where you started from, and actually, getting to where you are. And one thing you said when you started was, you are not where you used to be, but I mean, in quotes, you are thanking God for the process of where you are going to, right? Which
Absolutely.
I've learned that one from you,
Mhm.
right? Right. So I'm,
Absolutely.
I'm going to go straight to question one.
Aha! Let me open my
Yes.
books. Hold on, people.
Okay.
This is the moment where you get your pen and paper ready. Okay, this
Exactly.
is about to be explosive.
Yeah.
Trust me. So please get your pen and paper ready. Please share this link with your friends. For everybody who keeps telling me, "Ogenna, I'm proud of you," this is the time to show that you're proud of me. Copy the link and share it.
Oh
Share the
yes.
power.
Oh yes.
Share the glory.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yes,
Oh
please.
yes. Preach,
Okay.
mama, preach.
Hallelujah.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, question one is something that is, personal to you, and things that I know that you have achieved,
Okay,
right? So, we are not
sir.
talking from the blues of what you have not done, right? So, question one, what inspired you to pursue a six-figure income, and
Hmm.
how did you get started? Let's start from there, because we're
Fantastic.
talking about six figures, and we need to know how. I need to know how to make six figures. It's very
Mm-hmm.
important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Same here. I'm still learning how to make
Ah,
six figures this time in
oh,
dollars.
okay. Oh, I see what you did. I see what you did.
This
Okay.
time in plenty dollars. Right. So
Okay.
what inspired me, everybody who knows me knows I'm a big daddy's girl. And so I would say my father was that one factor that nudged me into becoming the woman that I am today. So my father was an administrator, and he was married to this very patient, loving woman who is my mother, of course. And so I would say my parents, sincerely, played the pivotal role in defining, remodeling, and still enabling this personality, Ogenna. Um, Growing up, when you'd probably ask people, what's your ambition? Some people say, I'm not gonna lie, I think when I was 5 years old, I would say I want to be a nurse. But when I became more aware, I remember clearly, um, I would say I want to be a lawyer, a businesswoman, and an actress.
Wow.
You know, I never wanted to be one thing because I had a father who constantly made me understand that look, you can be absolutely anything you
Anything.
want to be, right? I was even saying to my friends that even the fork and knife I use today in eating and all the etiquettes you have as a lady, my father taught me. And
Wow.
so, yes, all glory to God, of course, and all thanks to my earthly father
Wow.
who ensured that I am this person. I've always been the head girl or senior prefect from primary school, back to
Wow.
back to back to back,
Wow.
and so it's perhaps aided in me becoming a leader,
Mm.
right? I am very playful. And so sometimes when they even like nominate me or vote for me or appoint me as the head girl, I'm like, are you guys sure? Because I was really tiny as a child. I'm
Wow.
still quite tiny now, But I think, again, that foundation I had from the family and the leadership crown that was bestowed on me in school helped me in understanding that, look, you need to be
Mm.
accountable. So growing up, I have always known that you should have a passion. I loved to sing. I loved to cook. But passion without money is frustration.
True. True.
you
True.
know. And then upon graduating from university, I have always been entrepreneurial. And I think I got that from my mom. So I got my administrative part from my father, but I got most of my entrepreneurial part from my mother. Yes, because my mom was a dressmaker, by the way. She was a
Wow.
dressmaker, and my mom was a fantastic cook,
Wow.
and then everything we had at home, we never had house helps. We did
Mm.
everything ourselves.
Wow.
That's why today when people try to do shakara for me, I'm like, oh, see this one. I can wash, I can clean and I can cook, myself.
Yeah.
So growing up, we were taught to understand that you need to get down on your knees to pray, but you also need to get on your
Mm.
hands to
Mm.
work and earn, right? So 2013, my journey as a realtor began. How? I don't know how it happened. I think at that time I was Queen of Aso. Queen of Aso is an Abuja pageant,
Okay.
right? Like your Miss Abuja.
Okay.
So I met a lot of people, and in the process of having conversations with these people, we'd always talk about real estate investment. And at that time, we had places like Brains and Hammers coming up,
Yeah.
and a lot of other developments coming up in
Good.
Abuja. I grew up in
Good.
Abuja,
Oh
so
wow.
my very first transaction actually was at Brains and Hammers,
Wow.
and as far back as 2014, I made my first 3 million naira as a realtor. Yes, true story. No jokes, no bobo. I can show you
Boy.
account statements. True story.
Wow.
And it was from that funds or from that money that I was able to move out of my father's house. Prior to this time, I have been earning as a model, as a pageant winner and, other competitions I had gone for. I proudly say I paid my way through school from the earnings I made as a model. But that was small money, Real estate was the
I get.
real estate was the earthquake, and
Wow.
in that moment, I said to myself, if I could do this with zero experience,
Mm.
because trust me, I had zero experience. Nobody had taught me or put me through the nitty gritties of sales
Mm.
or selling. I just said to myself, we die here. This is the place. So with
Yeah.
that 3 million, I was able to rent a place in Wuse 2. I was in a property where I was living and also working from.
Mm.
And the rest they say is history. Now, remember that was 2013, 2014.
Yes,
I need to
please.
go back in memory to remember the exact date. At that time, I wasn't Miss Tourism yet. So
Wow.
I became Miss Tourism, or I emerged as Miss Tourism in 2016.
Mm.
So upon emerging as Miss Tourism, it then birthed my foundation. As a beauty queen, you have a pet project.
Obviously.
Yeah, so at that time, it was called Empower Her Project.
Okay.
And it then evolved, and it is today called Motivating African Youth Initiative, may I?
Wow.
And we're
Wow.
present in over 5 African countries, and God has been good.
Thank God.
I'm hoping to do more things with the foundation,
Mm.
and we stand on the pillars of entrepreneurship, mentorship, skill acquisition, leadership, of course,
Mm.
and women and youth empowerment. And again, being a beauty queen, being a fine girl, beauty business just comes naturally. So you get things like hair, makeup,
Oh, wow.
clothing. So that then led to Ogenna Water Locks, which is
Wow.
a clothing brand. Yes, sir. So that's the
Wow.
story so far. And I think by virtue of May I, as a humanitarian and as an activist, I then got to be invited per time to host events and speak, on issues that pertain to women empowerment and youth empowerment. So that's the story. And trust me, I don't think I'm going to go into any other business. I think I'll just leave it at. honestly. I think I just need to leave this for now. Although I still consult for businesses and I also function within the communication space because I mean communication is life. We are
Oh yes.
communicating right now. So
Oh yes.
that's about it.
Wow. Wow.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, you just kept saying, 2013, 2014. I mean, my first 3 million. This. You have been collecting
Voila.
6 figures since 2013. God,
To the
oh.
glory of
where
God.
have where have I been? And I mean, I love the fact that there was an humbling beginning, right? Even
Mhm.
for you to even take responsibility to say, oh, you are going to cater your tuition fee in the university, and long story short, the beauty became beautiful.
Mm.
So yes, I mean, and all the stuff that is coming, and without exception, me and you agree that you are very beautiful, ma. I
Aw.
hope I'm also handsome, so that one day they can, put me in like maybe a melanin pumping cream stuff.
So here's the thing, we're all made in God's image, and so we are
Mm,
all
I see
beautiful.
what you did. But you said we are made in God's image, but the clay they used to create all of us are different. You agree with me?
Well, I don't know the God you're serving, but the God I'm serving.
Oh yeah. Well, we thank God. We thank God for that. I mean, it's a great one, I must say. Now, moving to the same personal journey question underneath it, we have, what were some of the key challenges you faced early on, and how did you overcome them? Because I
Hmm.
know there is always challenges before, like they say, there's light at the end of the tunnel. So, what happened in the tunnel before the light?
Hmm. That tunnel. uh, I'm trying to also share the link while as we speak, so
Okay,
pardon
please.
me if I'm not looking
No
at
problem. It's
the
fine,
screen.
please.
So I wrote some things down and I'll keep it as real and as sincere as I can. Top of my list, I would say, would be discipline.
Mm,
I lacked discipline. Oh, I
mm.
lacked discipline. I don't even think I'm as disciplined as I want to be today, but oh, it
Wow.
was bad. I lacked discipline. I lacked the technical know-how. I
Mm.
struggled with um, team building,
Wow.
and should I use the word team sustenance?
Mm.
Ah, yes, those three things were my major challenges. Um, and this discipline cut across both financial discipline,
Mm.
emotional discipline. I had no boundaries. I kept
Mm.
on choosing things and people that weren't choosing me. I
Wow.
kept on choosing things and people that weren't fueling me.
Mm.
And you know what they say, when you surround yourself with
Ye-
mediocres, you become the
Yes.
chief mediocre.
Definitely. Definitely.
You are the average of what the five people you hang out with per time.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was perhaps my story. And that takes me back to the beginning of this conversation when I said to you that I did not disappear. I
Mm.
chose to take a bow from the stage, go back
Mm.
and reinvent myself.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, yesterday I was on a call with a very long old friend. I would say long lost, but he's not lost. Friend of mine, and he's a big deal in right now. He's doing very well for himself, and he was on the phone with me for like an hour, 20 minutes, and I cried, when he said, Ogenna, look, I'm proud of you. I know you may not think you're where you want to be, but you're
Mm.
cocoa, and cocoa takes time to grow.
Yes.
And when he said that, it hit me, and I just became so emotional because,
Wow.
like I'll usually say to young people, especially for those of us who are trying to do the right things and hustle legitimately and earn legitimately,
Legitimately, yes.
sometimes it's overwhelming.
So overwhelming.
It's
So
demoralizing, it's demotivating. You ask
it's
yourself,
depressing. It is
hey,
depressing.
hey, God, I beg.
It's a lot.
See, life is hard. Then
Mm-hmm.
life in Nigeria is hard pro max.
Is
Entrepreneurship is hard. Entrepreneurship in Nigeria is hard
is another
pro
thing.
max ultra.
Another thing entirely.
And so you constantly ask yourself, are you sure I'm not mad? Am I doing the
Mm.
right thing?
True.
You
True.
get what I mean?
True.
So it
True.
it it it, it felt uplifting to know that people are watching.
Yes.
And to every young person, every entrepreneur, everybody who's listening to me right now, who's, at this point where you feel like everything is stagnant and everything is slow and you're not making a headway, guess what? People are watching. And the change and growth first begins internally, just as plants grow. First with the roots before you see the stem, and then the trees and the leaves, I beg your pardon, and then the fruits. I can't even believe I'm the one saying this, but keep doing the right thing. I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's not easy, but just keep doing the right thing. And maybe if you also remember that entrepreneurship is hard, marriage is hard,
Yes, please.
being wealthy is hard,
Very hard.
but so is poverty. Being poor is hard. Being divorced is hard.
True.
Being jobless
True.
is hard.
True.
So choose your hard.
I see.
You see what I
I
did
think
there?
for me, I think like they'll say, it is good to be in a Bentley and cry than being in a keke and crying. Choose where you want to cry.
Man,
Drop the
I
mic.
would rather cry me. I would rather cry me in a Bentley.
I'm
A
telling
white
you,
Bentley to be
I,
precise, with
I
red
just want to cry,
interior.
maybe in a private jet, and like, Lord, I
You
thank
know,
you. You have wiped away my tears.
I would just rather cry in a private jet,
No, no.
but
I mean
I
that's what
rather
rich
cry in a
people too
private
will
jet.
say. Rich people will use the statement, money doesn't buy happiness. Sir, first give me the money. Maybe I'll be happy or not. I want to know where to shop from.
I'm telling you, I'm
So
telling
I
you.
mean, the statement you just said is really, really a lot, right? Go back and always reinvent yourself. I held on to that word, and also people are watching. Change
Always.
and growth are internal, so you need to first start from within before without, right? And this is really a great one. No, it's really a great one. Now we're entering the next phase of the question, which is going to get very interesting. What are some industries or side hustles you believe young people should explore to generate six-figure income?
So I had to write all of that down
Okay, please.
somewhere. So top on the list, of course, I would say is real estate. I mean, I cannot overemphasize that. But I think before I go into the top industries, I would love to say that because I had to study